Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to GiJaJo Studios Radio Broadcast Hour. Tonight, we come to you with an exciting, thrilling, all-new story, a cheesy mystery. We hope you enjoy.
I remember it well that rainy day, standing beside the grave of my brother Rupert. Up to that point, I thought his death had been a mere happenstance.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks, bestie.
Your brother was a pretty great guy.
He was a pretty great pest, too. He used to tease us to death. I honestly wish that he were still alive to do that.
Yeah, it was worth it for all the good points about him.
Good points? I didn't think you liked him.
Well, no, not especially, but a guy grows on you. Then when he's gone, you realize what a good thing you had.
At that time, I had no idea that someone had been behind my brother's death.
Thanks for having us over to help cheer you up, Virginia. It's best to spend this time with friends.
Thanks, Grace. I appreciate all the food.
Virginia! Oh, hi, Grace. Who's that guy over there?
Why? Is he cute?
No. Well, yes, but that's not the point. I've never seen him before. Do you know him?
No. What is he doing in my house?
I don't know, but when he pulled his jacket back, I saw a gun on his hip.
Okay, I'm gonna go see what he wants. Pray for me. Hello, sir. May I help you?
Who are you?
My name is Virginia Smith, and I own this house. Who are you, and what are you doing in my home?
You ought to be more concerned about all the people you call your friends here than me. I may very well be your only friend.
Virginia, who is this guy?
Who is he?
This is my boyfriend, Cabin. So who are you again? Cabin, let me handle this. Sir, let's talk outside. What do you mean by coming into my home and insulting my friends? Explain yourself.
I'm Detective Lane. I'm looking into the murder of your brother, Rupert Smith.
Murder? He was killed in a car accident.
Yes, that's what you were told. But what you didn't know is that his car was riddled with bullet holes.
You can't be serious.
Perfectly, which is why you should be careful with all your so-called friends.
Oh, they couldn't have done it. Why, they don't have any motives.
Don't they? How do you know for sure? Listen, I'm not saying any of them did it. All I'm saying is just watch your back from now on. Good day, Miss Smith.
At the time, I had confidence enough in my friends not to worry about one of them having done it. But the detective had successfully put me on my guard, despite myself.
Well, Virginia, it wasn't a very big turnout considering.
Considering what?
Oh, I guess it just serves him right.
Isn't that a little hostile of you to say, since you were his girlfriend?
Keyword here, he's gone, and we're all left behind. If he would have been a little more friendly, there might have been a bigger turnout.
Rupert had plenty of friends.
Yes, I know, and he considered you one of them.
Hey, Virginia. I gotta go now, but it was a nice party.
Thanks, Joe. He would have appreciated you coming.
What else can a best friend do? Even though he ripped me off and never paid me back. But who's holding grudges? But he is now the one in the casket. Anyways, my condolences.
Thanks, Joe. So far, 4 of my closest friends and acquaintances seemed terribly suspicious. My brother's own buddy had a monetary motive for murder. His own girlfriend seemed jealous of my best friend, who seemed to have a secret crush on him. Even my boyfriend seemed to be awfully upset with the detective, as if he didn't want him knowing more than he should. I did not rest easy that night. As I lay in bed that night, my eyes were wide open. I listened to every sound. The murderer had returned, and he or she was now approaching me to finish the job. Not only to get my brother, but bump me off as well, so they wouldn't get thrown in jail. I couldn't take it any longer. Oh, good grief. It was just my dog, Jassy.
We interrupt this radio broadcast for a quick commercial break.
Have you ever been sad? Maybe you didn't feel like smiling? Well, we have the right thing for you. We present the Smile Mask. This mask makes a new you. Just open the mask, put it on, and wha-bam, it's a whole new you. Just call 111-222-333-453 to get your very own Smile Mask. Batteries not included.
Now we return to the official radio broadcast of A Cheesy Mystery.
The next morning, I had just about decided what to do. My head was still spinning with it all, but I thought it was best to take the day following each of my friends that I suspected. I hopped in my car and headed to Joe's house. When he left his house that morning, I followed him to his workplace. That's when I realized exactly who my brother's best friend was. He was president of a company he had created and built from the ground up. He was terribly rich, which should have been obvious by the house he owned. Then why would it matter if my brother had ripped him off and never paid him back? Why would he need the extra money? Was he just holding a grudge? Furthermore, my own brother was an employee of the company Joe built. No, he didn't do it. He wasn't responsible for my brother lying 6 feet underground. Next, I went to Daryl and Doug, the local law firm office, where my brother's girlfriend was just leaving for her lunch break. So I followed her over to Delmonico's, a high-class joint that would just about break the bank. I went in and ordered water while I watched her. She was there to meet a man. My blood began to boil. How could she move on from my brother so quickly? Or was she the one who bumped him off so that she could be with this swell? I was going to find out. Hello, Cordelia.
Virginia, whatever are you doing here?
Didn't think I'd ever find out, huh?
Find out what? You mean about Bob? Oh, really, Virginia, it's not what it looks like.
Then what is it? Because it looks like my brother's death may have been awfully convenient for you to start seeing someone else.
No, Virginia, you don't understand. Your brother and I broke up a couple of weeks ago. Things weren't working out.
What? And you just forgot to tell everyone?
He was gone before we could get around to that.
Why show up to the funeral if you didn't really care then?
Because some people do have an idea of propriety.
Even if it's insincere?
Precisely.
Well then, enjoy your overpriced lunch. The next person on my suspect list was my own boyfriend, Kevin. He had only been my boyfriend for a couple of months now, and he and my brother had never gotten along. Rupert had always been so protective of me. I missed that. Virginia Smith to see Kevin Hinson, please.
Mr. Hinton, your girlfriend is here to see you. He'll be right out.
Thank you.
Virginia, dear, how are you doing?
I'm all right, Kevin.
I know this must be a really hard time for you. Just know that I'm here for you. I can't replace your brother. He loved you infinitely. But I'm here to talk if you ever want to.
Thanks, Kevin. I really appreciate it. No. Whatever their differences may have been, Kevin wasn't responsible for my brother's untimely death. After an exhausting day, I decided to go to the cemetery to see my brother. What I didn't anticipate was that everything would fall into place when I arrived and saw my best friend at the grave of my brother. She hadn't seen me yet, so I hid behind a tree to try to hear the mournful things that she was saying.
I'm so sorry, Rupert. I never meant for any of this to happen. I should have told you the truth. Now you're gone and I'm all alone. Cordelia was all wrong for you. She doesn't care at all that you've been murdered. She's just gone and moved on with her life. Now I have to live with all this loneliness, this regret, this guilt, 'cause it's all my fault.
My eyes went wide, and like a whirlwind, I got out of there. Where to? I didn't know. But anywhere so I could think straight, without being in the presence of my brother's killer.
Hey, Virginia, I'm here.
Hi. Come in.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you everyone for coming. Among you all are my brother's and my own closest friends. I have called you here today to tell you that Rupert didn't die a natural death. Someone murdered my brother. And that person is in this room. How could you?
Jenny, what?
How could you kill my brother? We've been best friends since I was born, and you betrayed me by taking my own dear brother away from me.
Okay, you guys. Relax.
Don't tell me to relax.
Jenny, I don't...
No, do not make excuses or tell me that you didn't do it. I know you had a motive. I know your secret, and I will force it all out in the open if I have to.
Good evening, Miss Smith.
Good evening, Detective Wayne. I have just exposed the murderer.
You what?
When I called you and invited you here this evening, I said I was going to give you valuable information. Who is this man you have handcuffed with you in my doorway?
This, ma'am, is the culprit.
He murdered my brother?
Oh my word.
Not quite.
Rupert!
Hey, Jenny.
You're alive?
Yeah, I, faked my own death.
You what? How could you do that and not tell me?
It was important in catching the man who had been following me. It was a couple years ago when I noticed I was always being tailed by the same car, or I'd turn around in the store and see the same shady sunglasses several times. I just barely got away from him with my life. Finally, at my wit's end, decided to fake my own death so we could finally catch this guy.
We?
Your brother hired me, ma'am, to help him.
But not telling me and leave your sister to grieve over you when you weren't even dead?
You've never been a good liar, little sister. We got to take this guy to jail, and we'll be done.
Please, please. I wasn't out to murder anyone. I was trying to help, to return something to him. I've worked at the local deli for many years. One day your brother came in to buy some cheese. He had already paid when there was a robbery in the store, and everyone ran out to witness. Afterwards, your brother just left. I've been trying for years to give him his money back.
Wait, for real?
Yes.
Oh my word, Rupert. Sometimes you are so blind.
Here is your $12.67.
Thanks, dude.
That's about what you owe me for all this trouble.
Oh, well, here then.
I'm so glad this all worked out, and I haven't been friends with a cold-blooded murderer all my life.
Wait, so if Rupert is still alive, who's in the casket?
We hope you enjoyed this radio broadcast of A Cheesy Mystery. Please give us a thumbs up if you did, and consider subscribing to our channel if you would like to see or hear more family-friendly content like this.